All right, welcome everybody. Here we go. 3110, section 86. And we're focusing in just vowels, the vowel sounds of American English. We've already focused on a couple of them already, but that's kind of where we're going today in today's class. So if you guys take a look over, let me go over to the, I went ahead and locked down this quiz too. Let me show you. I haven't quite figured out everything at Canvas yet, but right now, where it says September 21st, quiz one, I have a link, right? So quiz one there. And let me look at one more thing here before we get started. If I go into quizzes, let me see what I need to do here. So let's say, let me make sure it doesn't open where you can see the quiz, but I want to make sure I have it. Let me put the availability in on that too. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so it's the week of September 21st, right? So it says time limit. I don't know. What do we got? I'm going to say 2 hours, no more than 2 hours. What else here? Assigned to everyone. So it's the week of the 21st. So let's say it'll be due the 26th, like on a Sunday. Okay, so it'll be available the 19th through the 26th. It'll pop open right around the 19th there, due September 26th, assigned to everyone. Let students see the quiz responses. Students see the show correct answers at, I guess at the end when everybody's done with it. I don't know what that means. Okay, I think we have that. I haven't published it yet, but at least I have it partly programmed. Okay, let's get into the modules now. So let's see what we have today. Okay, so phonetic transcription practice with vowel sounds, and thankfully we are a little bit ahead. This is good. So let's get into the workbook and get right to it. So we've already gotten some of these out of the way. So we did this one. We did these two. Have we done these two yet? The a and the ah, the ash and the
Oh,
okay, let's do this. Okay, let me give you guys, you can annotate them. Okay, let's focus on part 3 here. My touch screen is not working right now. Maybe that's a good thing because when my touch screen works, I get a lot of problems. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Right there. That's where I want to be, right there. Yeah, you guys be safe. I got a feeling after Labor Day, we're going to have a massive surge in cases. So just be careful. Okay, here we go. Part 3. So we have the a as in cat. We have the ah as in got. So here are the words anybody can transcribe whenever you're ready. So we have mad, hot, band, father, car, on, talk, mask, top, and apt. There we go. And the horse has just left the gate. Check number 5. There's no C. Remember, we don't use C as an IPA symbol. What is the sound for the k? Car, car. Band, band, band. Car, mad, hot, band. There we go, Beatrice. You got it. You're in the zone now. But Sarah, check. It's not tack. It's talk, 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 talk. Mask, top, top. And then you have apt, apt. So as we talked about before, I'm just going to review a few things as you go. We talked about the 3 characteristics of a consonant, right? This will be something you want to know on a test or quiz. So is the sound voiced or voiceless, right? The state of the glottis, that's one way to identify consonants. 2, where is the constriction in the vocal tract, right, when producing the sound? 3, how is that sound constricted in the vocal tract? Those are the 3 things. When we talk about vowels, can anybody tell me, this is just a question I'm throwing out, what would be a major difference between a vowel and a consonant sound? Does anybody know? What do you guys think? What would be the main difference between vowel and consonant sounds? Think about the oral cavity. I'll give you 5 more seconds. Nobody says anything.
A consonant sound comes from a more closed off vocal tract and vowels come from a more open vocal tract.
10 out of 10 points right there. Exactly. Yeah. So vowels are very open. Now, okay, here's another question. When we produce vowel sounds, what is the major part of the vocal tract that influences vowel quality? Without it, you can't have vowels. Somebody do number 10. I'm just kind of reviewing as we go, right? Apt. Somebody do that one. Apt, apt. Finish the word mask, mask, mask. Okay, so with the vowel sounds, what's the really important part of the vocal tract? And it really influences vowel quality in 3 ways, depending on where it is. What am I talking about?
Is it degree of tongue height?
Yeah, it's the tongue. Exactly. Right. That's the main thing. So then there's 3 things you have to ask yourself about the tongue, right? Where is it in the vocal tract? Is it moving more toward the front of the mouth? In that case, you have front vowels. Is the tongue moving more toward the back of the mouth? You have back vowels. Is the tongue kind of touching or is it kind of in the middle of the mouth there? You got mid vowels. So you have, is the tongue hard or soft? Is it high? Is it low? Is it retracting or moving more toward the front of the mouth? And then you have the rounding of the lips, and that gives you the 4 basic characteristics of consonant sounds. Okay, number 4, think about the father, What's that last What does that sound? We're just about there. Somebody do number 10. Nobody likes that one. Apt.
That was already done in the chat.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that. Sorry.
So someone already did number 10 in the chat. I
Yeah.
can't annotate, but it's already been done.
Oh,
It's
okay, I
just
got
on the
it.
screen.
Oh, they did it in the. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's go over these and we'll check that one. So we have mad, we have hot, we have band, we have fav, and then we have good. Somebody's doing it. Good. Father. So the syllabic R finishes it. Good. Then we have car, on, talk, or talk. Do you have to have an L in there? I don't think so. I guess if you wanted to put it in there, if you think that you say it, you could put it right there. Talk, or just talk without the L. You have top, good. We got it. So we got everything finished. So we have apt. So we have the ash. So the a and the ah. Ah. Okay, any questions on these? These look good to me. And if somebody sees something in the chat, if it's a question, bring it out. Somebody read it maybe if you can. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff. And I'll answer the question. Okay, let's clear this one. Got it. Now, just in case if my screen freezes up or I have some issue, I will just pop back in. I'll just exit or Control Alt Delete to get out and then come back. Let me make sure I'm in the right area here. I'm going to share my screen in just a minute. We'll go to the next one here. Okay, here we go. It'll happen every now and then. Okay, so in this case, transcribe these words into the conventional alphabet, conventional English here. So you got 1 through 12. Let's see if we can do these. Wait a minute, it says my screen sharing is paused. What's going on there? Oh, here. Is that better? You see that now? There you go. Okay, let's see what we can do with these. There we go. All right, Ashley, you're the first one there. Now look at number 8. Oh, I guess that's it. No, that's right. It's a ah, not. No, it's written as a note. I guess that's the wrong sound in there. What if I said this? What would it be? How about that? Okay, we got it.
Professor?
Yeah, check number 12. I don't think that's tasks. No, that's not the one. That's not it. Yeah, go ahead. Who had a question? Speak.
What's the difference between not as in KNOT? Like a bow tie knot versus like how do you emphasize the silent K in that word?
Good question. There is no difference phonetically. If you say not, it can be KNOT, the noun. I'm going to tie my shoe in a knot, or it can be the negative adverb not. I'm not going to the store. It can be either one. So I don't really see a difference. Phonetically, there's not. That's a homophone. Two words with the same phonetic representation, but spelled differently. Good, Sarah. Nice. No question mark needed. You're in the zone. You got it. Yeah, boxing, boxing. Good. Okay, so let's take a look at it. So we have mat, pack, we have boxing, have, we have crop, good, mock, mom, not can be spelled two ways. Rap, it could even be WRAP. Stop, back. Yeah, I don't see talks here. I see tax. Tax. How do you spell that? You see what I'm saying? Tax.
Professor,
Tax.
for number 3, what's the N on the end of boxing? Like, what's the symbol for that one? Because I
Yeah,
don't think I have that one on my flashcards.
no, it should be in there. This is the crap, and I don't have. It's called the IGMA. The IGMA, it's the velar. We have two kinds of N's. We have the alveolar N, like Sin City, Las Vegas, or we have I'm singing in the city. So you have two kinds of N's, the alveolar and the velar N. This is the velar N because it occurs when it occurs close to the G or the N takes on velar properties because of assimilation. I
In
think-
which section was this one? Because maybe I lost a flashcard.
You might have. Yeah, just put when you have that word.
Mhm. Because I don't, maybe I missed it in one of the videos. Was it on week 1 or week 2?
Who knows? I can't remember. It should be in there somewhere, right? Anybody confirm this?
Yeah, I was able to make a flashcard for it.
Yeah, just just put this symbol, put the IGMA on one side of your card. Then on the other side, just give two words. You can put think, you can put the N before the K as the IGMA, and then you can put even sing. So the N before the G is also a IGMA
Okay.
sound.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for some reason, my touchscreen, I can't, who knows? Okay, that's good. We're moving ahead. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, here we go. What a, esta es una pesadilla. Tres vocales. La U. You got three of them here. Wow. I put these three together because they're similar. It's exactly why I did this. There's a reasoning behind my madness. Okay, so let's take a look here. Now, can you guys hear me okay? I got an air conditioner in my office at my house. Nobody else is here, so I put this little air conditioner. It's not making too much noise, is it?
No, I think you're good.
You can hear me okay when I'm speaking? It's not too much
Yes.
background noise?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, so we have the capital U, the little u, and the wedge. Wow. So we have book, Luke. So I don't think there's really this one we can get this one right. The problem is the capital U and the wedge, right? Book, book, duck, uh. So you have book, Luke, duck. So see if you guys can figure these out. So you can see these examples above. Go ahead and transcribe 1 through 10 here. See what we can do on these. What did I just do there? Okay, there we go. Remember the sounds. And I would consider this very, very tough for all of my international students when they're trying to improve their pronunciation. These three are really, really confusing. And they have all these different kinds of spelling patterns. could, crook. Don't forget, yeah, there you got it, Jose. There you go, buddy. Yeah, book. You can see the same sound, book, crook. So it has that same sound. If you can, I couldn't figure out how to do it exactly, but if you can make some type of a mnemonic sentence that gives you the example 15 vowel sounds, I tried to do it over a period of a week or so. My brain was just not working right. But if you could create a sentence that illustrates the 15 vowel sounds of American English, I mean, that would be really cool. Then when you're taking a quiz or a test, you just write that sentence down in your notes, right? And you can use notes when you do a quiz or a test. I mean, you can't use test note. I mean, you can bring paper in if you want, but the paper, I just said something wrong. No, don't use any notes for any quizzes or tests, but you can bring in some blank paper. And then when you start the quiz or the test, you can write things down if you need to and all of that. Crap.
Professor, for the quiz, it's not going to be a multiple choice, but
Some
how are we-
questions are indeed multiple choice. Some are short answer. Some are that they can be.
how would you want us to write like the certain symbols? Like for, let's say, for example, the one for duck, you know, with the one that looks like a little A. How would we write that in?
I'm not going to put that one on the the quiz or the test.
Yeah, because that's what I'm worried about. I'm like, what
Yeah.
about the ones
No.
that have like the little symbols? I'm like, how am I supposed to put
No.
that? And what if it doesn't
Well,
look exactly?
Technically, you can do it using your keyboard, using the symbol thing, but I think the lockdown browser, no, it's not going to allow any of that stuff. So when you're transcribing, it'll be very basic. You won't need to have any symbols. However, if it's the little u, you make it a little u. It's a capital U. You should capitalize it.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to do things like that. But as far as the theta or the hat check sounds, the wedge, the schwa, all of those things, forget about them. You're not going to have to transcribe those on a quiz or a test. However, I know how to put the symbols in there, and you will see the symbols when the words are transcribed. So you have to recognize them and then write the word back into regular English. You will have to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. That's more or less how you have to do it. Okay,
I have
well,
a quick question.
go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask real quick. For the Zoom, did anyone have problems logging into it? For some reason, I'm trying to log into my computer. I sent you a message, Professor. I was a little bit late because for some reason, I tried going onto the messages through the link that you sent us, like
Yes.
I've always had, and for some reason, it says to launch the meeting, but for some reason, I don't know if it like somehow blocked itself or like it doesn't allow me. So I'm on my phone right now and I double checked just to be sure because I have a Zoom class tomorrow in the morning. And I went onto her Zoom link and I was able to access it because it says it's waiting for the host. So I don't know if it's just me that it just doesn't want to let me go through the Zoom, but I'm on my phone right now, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know. How many people we got on here right now? How many people got in? I have no idea about those things. Anybody can comment on that? I had to update my Zoom about 3 or 4 days ago. I know I did that.
Yeah, because for some reason when I went onto the link that you provided for us a couple weeks ago, I mean, I've always used that link, but for some reason it doesn't want to work today.
Crap.
Well, at least not on my computer, so that's why I'm on my phone. But I was just wondering if it was just on my end or something else, because like I said, I tried it with my other professor to see if it was just
and it
like
worked.
this link, and yeah, it worked.
Sepa Dios, quién sabe.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
here, so it's okay. I'll
Yeah,
just
do
make it
whatever you
work for
can.
now.
You made it work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody look at number 1 again. Remember,
you.
no C's, no C. So it's could. There we go, Taylor. All right, there it is. Okay, so we have blue, ooh, crook, done, done. Somebody look at number 5 one more time. Let me say that. So crumbs, crumbs. So what's that final sound? And there it is. So Beatrice, let me ask you. I see your name right there. This is cool how it does this. But there's no Z hat check. It's just a Z. Just
Oh, okay.
yeah, just
Yeah, I
crumbs.
forgot you explained that to me last time.
Right, right. Just crumbs. Now, Beatrice, here's my question. How do we know when the S is a S or when it's a Z? For example, we can look at the M, right? Would you look at the M as being a voiced or a voiceless consonant?
I would say it's
Mm.
voice. like,
Yes,
does
yes.
have voice.
So then the Z is also a voiced consonant. So what's happening is when you have an S at the end of the word, the question is, what is the previous sound? So if it's a vowel sound, as in the word goes, if it's a vowel sound, it's probably going to be a Z, right? Now,
Yes.
if it ends in a voice consonant sound, the S also will sound like a Z.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
somebody look at number 10 we have here. I'm reading foo, but that's not what I'm seeing. I see few, few. So correct number 10, few, few. Not foo, but few. We got shun, as in duh, shun, good. We have took, good. We have rust. We have, look at number 6. It looks like it's scoop, but I see scoop. So it's not the capital U. What is it? Or maybe that is a little u, but it's kind of throwing me off.
Yeah, I think it's the lowercase u.
Okay, yeah, it should be just a smaller u there. Yeah, good, Ashley, thank you. Okay, so what do we got? Remember with 10, if we say the word foo, we have 2 sounds. If I say few, we have 3. So then what is that that sound in the middle there? You, few. Few. I guess you could say that. I'm going to put the Y. I would transcribe it more as a FY little u. Yeah, few. Ooh, few. Okay, so let's look at them all here now. I think we got it. Jeff, everything's looking pretty good here. Could, blue, crook, done, crumbs, scoop, rust, took, as in book. We have shun, few. Okay, any questions on those? All right, well, let's keep going. Okay, let's try these out. Let me give you a little more space here to work. Okay, there we go. Let's see how we can do on those. So these are already transcribed. Good. Nice. 2 people did it at the same time. Number 1. That's pretty cool how that did. Foot, fun, good. Tool, good. Should. Room. Ooh, room. Buck. Yeah, people, when I say my last name, they're what? What? What did you just say? it's Buckhoff, right? It's Russian. You can imagine how I did in high school with that last name. Noon, room, buck, swoon, should, dumb, tool, good, fun, and foot. Exactly. Any questions on these?
For number 10, how does the S sound give the shush sound? I thought that was a different lettering.
Yeah, the S with the little wedge on it is an SH sound.
Oh, I didn't see the wedge.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
my
that's
bad.
it. That's it.
Thank you very much.
There was some movie in 1970 something that made my bad. It brought it back to life, that saying. And then something happened in 2008 or 2009. Either it was a song or a movie that kind of resurrected it, and it kind of came back into the lexicon. Okay, here's a question. Just quickly, we'll move on. What's the main difference between voiced and voiceless consonants? Anybody?
Where the tongue is.
No. I'm going to say no on that. But keep going. Any other guesses on that? Any?
Vibration or no vibration?
Yes. And then where does that occur? And I'm not,
Where
I
the
don't,
sound is produced?
and I don't get that technical, but if you go into your oral cavity, you got to go down the trachea. You have some vocal folds in the throat area, and the vocal folds can be held either loosely together to create more of a vibrating sound, or those vocal folds are held apart. In your textbook, it'll have diagrams of what it looks like, but it's kind of formed pretty deep into the throat, that voiced and voiceless thing. And then it kind of reverberates all the way up. You can feel it in your ears, and very, versus few. Okay, let's keep going here. So far, so good, right? Okay, what do we have here? So we're moving right along. Does anybody know the definition of phones? What are phones? If you've been studying your little study guide, hopefully you got a study guide you're working from now, and you're not just going to try to wing it.
It's speech sounds.
Exactly. And what would be the difference between phones and phonemes? We'll get to that probably in a little more detail later. I don't know if I gave you that definition yet. Maybe we have to get into phonology first. But phonemes are kind of meaningful, distinct sounds. Phones are general speech sounds. Okay, so we have, okay, now we're focusing on the ah and the o. Ah, o. Father, goat. Father, goat. Okay, let's do part 5 here. See how you guys can do with this. I think if you can do what we just did, the U sound, wow, that one's very tough. Doesn't get much harder than that. Mall, cop, soap, bowl, off, cope, zone.
Would 6 start with the K?
Yes. Caught. Did you guys hear about all this just terrible stuff? I talked to my neighbor. His son lives in New York City, and his basement flooded where he lives. See, a lot of people in New York, it's a 1,000 square foot apartment, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment is like $1 million, right? So people live in these basements, and it's so sad. The basement's filled up with water before the people could get out. And about 60, 70 people died of just drowning. It was like a huge wall of water went in there, and they got stuck. They couldn't get out. That's a tough way to go like that. They had no warning or anything. It was just so fast. And my neighbor told me that his son, who lives in New York City, he didn't die, but he had a lot of damage, and they still don't have electricity, and they don't have clean water, and there's still a lot of problems going on. And of course, Louisiana got wiped out, a lot of areas there, basically almost like the finger of God came down with his thumb and just kind of erased towns from the map. That kind of from the winds. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. Mall, cop, soap, bowl, off, cope, zone. Now, I don't know with 8. Is that an O or is that a typewriter A there? If it's an O, it's soak, right? So if it's a typewriter A, it is correct. It is sock. S typewriter A K, right? Sock. Then sod, caught, soak, and walk. With or without the L, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, that looks good. Any questions on that? Okay, it's good. We're moving ahead. We'll take another few minutes here. I'm going to do a quick review of a few things here for a minute, and then we'll stop for today. I don't think I'm going to worry about these. Okay, take a minute and transcribe these or write these back into the conventional alphabet 1 through 6. There we go. Whole, either H or W. You have broke. Good. Haul. Bow. Good. We got it. CRAWL. Crawl. Okay, this is good. Okay, one more thing before we end today. I'm going to go to the review. I want to make sure the video is in there. I want to do just a short review of the quiz to just give you a general idea, right? We'll review it again on another day. But you should start thinking about this quiz. Remember, the goal here, let's shoot for an average of 80. And please don't get 8%. If you're watching this video, I don't want anybody to get 8% on this quiz. This is it gives me a heart attack. I can't take it, right? Let's get most people in the 80s and 90s, a few people in the 50s and 60s, and then we're fine, right? I mean, I don't want anybody to fail, but you can't save everybody. But just don't get that really low score. It drives me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to go to review for quiz 1 right here. So you'll see this in Canvas.
Can you share your screen, please?
Yeah, can you see it there?
Yes, now we can.
Okay, here, let's see what's going on. Quiz 1 review, phonetics and phonology. To get ready for the test, here are some things that you want to be aware. This is not the real Michael, because the real Michael digresses and does all this. But look at these. This is why you go to these videos. 1 minute, 40 seconds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 multiple choice questions. So I'm actually, the screen is split in front of me. I'm not kidding you. The screen is a split screen. On one side, I see the quiz, and then you see me on the other. And I did the screen capture to only show me. But honestly, I'm exactly looking at the quiz as I talk to you right now. So for your practice, here are some topics. What is phonetics? Give a good definition of phonetics. Yeah, build your study guide from What is phonology? Give a good definition of phonology. What is the prescriptive and descriptive approach to language? And then which one do we use in linguistics? It is the descriptive approach, which means we don't attach any value judgments to how the language is used. In linguistics, we simply describe how speakers use the language without attaching value judgments. That's the key. And the last multiple choice question is assimilation. I'm going to give you an example, right? Let's say you look at some words and certain S's at the end, they sound like S's, other S's sound like Z's, right? So if you see that example, it's just illustrating the idea of assimilation. And what that means is the process of how some sounds in the word influence other sounds in the word so that the sounds become more alike. Then the last questions, we have about 4 questions. You will be transcribing words from conventional English into the International Phonetics alphabet. You have 4 or 5 words in which you'll see the word written in the IPA, and then you have to write that back using conventional spelling. And typically each of these are worth about 15 points apiece. And that's it. So just make sure you can do those things and you'll score high on this first quiz. And that's kind of how it breaks down, right? So you have to know definitions of the 2 fields we're studying, and you have a few multiple choice questions there. Then you have the transcription. The transcription, that's where the big problems are. That's where most people, if you lose points, it'll be in the transcription area. So that's how it breaks down. Go right ahead.
So for the questions where we have to transcribe it into the phonetic alphabet, so will you have like in the quiz something where we can copy and paste like the phonetic alphabet? Because with the keyboard, we don't have the phonetic alphabet. So I just want to make sure.
I'm doing you a favor. So if I give you a word like automobile, right? Automobile, or whatever the word is I give you, and if I ask you to transcribe that into the IPA, you don't need to use the complicated symbols. It'll be whatever symbols you have on your keyboard will be enough. So I'm not going to worry about the S hat check sounds or the wedges or schwas or the eth. Any of those, you don't have to transcribe any of those complicated sounds. But
so just as close as we can get it with the keyboard we have.
That's right, exactly. But that doesn't mean it's easy, because you still got all those vowel sounds. Remember, you can have a capital E and a lowercase e. You can have a capital U and a lowercase u. So you do need to pay attention to your capitalization of certain vowels, because that can become a different symbol. So that's the one thing you want to be careful about. That would be
Thank you.
You're welcome. That would be the biggest problem right there, is with the vowels. But what I would do is, if you haven't watched the video, we just watched it, and then make sure you reverse engineer that and create a very simple study guide. And then we'll continue in class to do more transcription practice from day to day to day. As you can see what we're doing here. If I go back to the course, I'm going to show you what we're doing next time. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me share. Right, so I'm just going into the modules. The modules and the syllabus kind of keep me focused, and the modules are designed from the syllabus, by the way. They're interconnected. But you can see before we get to that quiz, we still need to do this. So it looks like on Thursday, we're going to focus on the diphthongs, the theta, and then the eth consonants. That's what we'll be doing there. We have a little bit more transcription practice. Then we have a review for the quiz here, and then we'll have our quiz. And the quiz, I'm going to open up for the entire week right here. And then I'm going to do this. Those students that have problems with lockdown browsers, I'm going to just ask you guys to show up right now during our assigned time, and you can take the quiz without the lockdown browser, as long as I'm watching you and so on, and I can see what's going on. But I will open up the quiz for the entire week, for this week. And see if you guys can figure out, how do I get the lockdown browser thing? Does anybody know how to do that? You guys probably used it in previous courses, I'm guessing.
No, I was about to ask that. How do we know?
Crap. Okay, I'll have to send out a link on that. Okay, I'll do that. I'll send out a link from Canvas on that. Somebody send me an email, remind me about that. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's go to stop